I was working on my computer last night because I'm taking a 6-hour driving safety course online to reduce my points by 4.
I took that.
You did?
Yeah, I had to.
You took it, Sam Roberts?
Yes, I did.
Wait, what are you talking about? You have that many points?
Well, as of last night, I went to night court last night in Old Westbury.
Was the bald guy there?
No, Bull wasn't there, or the comedian
Bull?
guy that does magic.
What the fuck? Did he take the night off?
I guess Bull took the night off.
That's too bad.
I was there for my ticket I got in the Mustang.
Which one?
Well, this one was the one on Old Country Road when I decided to do a 75 and a 45.
Ouch.
You're speeding.
I had just turned off the Parkway.
Right.
And it was probably maybe 10 o'clock at night. I made the left onto Glen Cove Road, and it's completely straight. And I'm just like, I just want to open this thing up, get the fucking supercharger whining, going through the gears. And then I go to make the turn to go into my little neighborhood, and I just see lights fucking like reflecting off the trees. I don't see him behind me yet, but I know he's coming.
So that's when you got to keep going.
I should have ran. Because I could have just gone like really fast and then got into my garage. Like I could have and shut the garage door and fucking game over.
He would have known where you were.
Go to pay and spray. Pay and
spray takes care of that shit.
And it doesn't matter if he knows where I am. It wasn't me driving.
That's
I don't
right.
know. Someone had my car.
That's right.
I left it out back yesterday, and when we woke up, it was gone.
And then they go, oh, really? And, open the garage. And then, of course, you open the garage and your car is a different color. And they're like, oh, fuck.
And
all right.
like,
We're
all
looking
right.
for a blue
you
car.
see the stars go down.
Right.
It's fucking so satisfying.
But they stay around just a little bit all confused. And
They
they're
walk
like,
around a
they
little,
take off.
and then they leave. Sure. Yeah, so I got that ticket and a ticket for no front license plate, which, by the way, I'm not putting a fucking front license plate on my Mustang.
Well, it's just another scam
It's
that they came up with. Because they know a lot of guys have really nice cars and they don't want that front license plate. So
fuck that shit.
They know they could just collect money all day long.
Well, so...
fucking assholes. Enough already.
Yeah.
How much money do you need from us?
So I have this court appearance. And apparently they do night court. It starts at 7 at night. Yeah. So I go there and, oh boy, the collection of degenerates in a courtroom at any given moment.
Kind of jealous.
A little, no offense there, Mars, but wow, a lot of your peeps. A lot of your peeps that drive around with no fucking license, apparently, because that was like the charge of the fucking night. A bunch of people that came up with someone else because they don't speak. And they have to translate. One guy comes up and he's like, no English. And his friend goes, I'm here to help him. And the judge is like, we'll see if you need help, if he needs any of your help. Ustedes, and he starts like speaking this really, the judge was about 80 years old. 80
years old?
He was very old, and there's a story to him, too, that I'll get to. But, so a bunch of people are going up, and now I have to deal with, you got to go in the back with the prosecuting attorney who goes with everybody, and you knock shit down, you make a deal, you do something. So I went in the back there, and she goes, well, did you fix the license plate? I'm like, yeah. She goes, you got proof? I go, yeah, but I don't have the proof. It's in the shop. So some line of shit. She goes, okay, well, you're going to get it fixed, right? I'm like, yes, of course. And she goes, the speeding thing. She goes, I see you have another speeding ticket here on your record. And she goes, all right, look, we'll take it and we'll put it down to a illegal lane change for 3 points instead of speedo for 6 points.
I got to interrupt.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that.
I know.
I don't understand how they could just do that.
Dude, they were giving...
And I'm happy they did because it works in your favor, but
yeah.
That's just like nonsense.
They were doing shit last night.
It's like you didn't make an illegal fucking lane change.
I know.
You were speeding.
The judge was doing this last night all fucking night.
Right.
He's going, so you spoke with the prosecutor, and she has informed me that you are withdrawing your not guilty plea on the charge of illegal lane change for somebody that did do an illegal lane change. Illegal lane change in lieu of pleading guilty on a charge of no parking. And they're like, yes, Your Honor. They're like, yes, sir. He goes, okay, $85 with a $25 surcharge.
Instead of points and...
All night long, it was no parking.
But why can't they say, you were speeding, but we have decided...
Right.
Well, then you don't get the points.
I know, but
we're not going to give you points. Why not
make it something
but
where
at least
it's
have the
not...
at least have the charge in the book that you actually did, but then somehow have a workaround where, okay, we acknowledge you did this, but we have decided to do this.
It's the biggest scam ever.
It's unbelievable.
They just
You didn't make an illegal lane change.
No, I didn't. I was speeding.
It's nuts.
It was a 6-point speedo.
Right.
And
wow.
but I got off on a 3-point illegal lane change,
which you did not do.
Which I didn't do, but it put me to the big 11 points on my license. 11 fucking points. So I have to take. I know. I have a 6-point speeding. I have an.
What was that one?
That was on the expressway.
No, I know, but how fast?
I guess it was 30.
30 miles.
30 over.
So 85?
Yeah.
Ish.
Fucking six points. And then and then on that I also had a 2-point
conversion.
2-point conversion.
Really? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, not
when
using
you're going
a
85
blinker.
miles an hour.
Not using a blinker, but I was. That was the MTA fucking guy that pulled me over and got me on that.
Right.
Yeah, and gave me a fucking 2-point ticket, which I for blinker, but I did use my blinker.
Okay.
I might speed, but I always use my fucking blinker. And then now the 3 points puts me at 11 points. 11. So I figure I have to take this fucking online thing. But before that, so the judge, I'm looking at the judge, and he's fucking old as fuck. And he's got this, his little plaque, the Honorable Judge Edward Joachim.
Wow, using his real name and everything.
He's a judge. It's sure. Open. He's the only Old Westbury fucking night court judge.
All right.
So, yeah, so I'm looking at his name, and I'm like, holy shit, I know that fucking name. And I know who this guy is. And I walk up to the bench, and he goes, Anthony Cumia. Who's Joey Cumia? And I went, that was my father, and he worked for you at Joachim Flanzig and Weissman in the early 70s.
What?
And this guy's eyes popped out of his fucking head.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, and how do you know that? I go, because over 40 years ago, I was sitting in your office as a kid.
Wow. This in front of everybody?
Yeah.
So what was that, a law firm?
Yeah. It was
so
a
what
law
your dad
firm on
do
Old
for
Country
a law
Road.
firm?
He was the private investigator guy.
Oh, he was the guy.
He was the guy.
Like
when they needed the investigator.
You're out of work on a bad back thing, and your father went around.
It was
to
a
see
little more shady stuff than that.
Even shadier.
Oh yeah.
Like what? Can you say?
Like marriage stuff, cheating, infidelity, theft, things like that. You know.
Okay. All right. So the judge remembers your father.
Yeah.
Well, your father was a character, obviously.
I know.
I never met him, but it's pretty obvious to everyone he was a character.
Yeah.
So people didn't forget Joe Cumia.
He goes, Joe, oh yeah. He goes, got some great stories. And I've heard many of them. And then I brought up another guy that was like best friends with my dad that also worked with him. And he's like, oh yeah. He goes, wow, yeah, I remember those guys. And we're having a little chat at the bench about.
So if you're having a little chat like
the
that,
early 70s,
you should have been clear.
Well, it's not up to him really. It's up to that stupid prosecutor, and they already made the deal. So he just goes through the motions.
Well, can't the judge kind of give a wink and a nod?
Yeah.
If they're changing charges, can't he also go?
I know. And then if he did in the middle of the courtroom, like noticing all the people watching me have this fucking pal around conversation with the judge. Yeah, that was really fucking weird though. It's like there's paths crossed back then. Haven't seen the guy yet. And then all of a sudden, if you look at all your life, everywhere you went, and then all of a sudden, boom, your paths cross again. It's just an odd thing like that.
It really is.
He was, so he wished me well, told me to go in the back and pay some money, And that was that. And then I went home and signed up for this fucking 6-hour
actually
course.
6 hours, or can you do it in a couple hours?
No, they fucking make it so it's 6 hours.
No, how?
Online, right?
Yeah, it's online.
Well, how do they make it 6 hours?
You have segments of this thing. They're little pieces,
Right.
and they last, this one's 4 minutes, this one's 3 minutes. And no matter how, you don't even read it. You take their dumb tests. What do you do? What's your responsibilities after an accident? Run away. Nothing. Call your insurance company. Run away! I'm not kidding. So you check these things.
Can they have another option? Get your fucking car off the road so
they should.
No one else is inconvenienced
They fucking should.
as you're waiting for a cop to look at your fender bender.
Bastards. Yeah, so but here's how they do it. They're all timed segments. So the little clock runs down when you log into a new page.
Right.
And it's
Oh,
like this
my
page
God.
is 4 minutes long. So no matter how quick you do it, you have to wait for the 4 minutes to elapse before you could hit the link and go to the next page.
Oh, my God.
And now you can't even walk away because every so often at the beginning you have to answer a fuckload of questions. Have you ever been to Europe? Have you been to California? Do you own a dog? There's a bunch of questions you have to answer. And then intermittently, at random instances during this test, it'll pop up and go beep, beep. And you have to answer the questions that you answered at the beginning to make sure you're still sitting there.
Dude, you took the wrong test.
What?
The improv, believe it or not, has its own test. It's the same, it's a licensed thing.
Yeah.
And what they do is they put up the page, and it's like, it's a really long page, but it's like 25 minutes. And then after 25 minutes, you answer like 5 questions about that whole long page.
Yeah.
But for me, like I was sitting there and I'd pull up the new page and I'd walk away and watch TV for 25 minutes.
No, this one keeps tabs on you.
No way, dude. You took the wrong one.
No, they probably reworked it because they knew people were fucking cheating.
This was 6 months ago.
Well, 6 months is a long time.
Oh,
Well, how much
man.
time did you do on it then? Are you done?
No, last night I did probably 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
I got another fucking 4 hours.
Can you fool around with the time on your computer?
No.
Kind of like the Candy Crush workaround?
Like Candy Crush? No.
God,
countdown.
you're taking that test like I play Candy Crush. You got to wait for new lives.
Dude,
that sucks.
I don't pay attention to anything going on. Like there's videos you have to watch too.
Right.
Like it's like this segment is a video. It's 10 minutes long. So you turn it on
10 minutes.
and you hear like the music starts. It's like
Chevrolet's anti-lock braking. Anti-lock brakes. Use them and don't take your foot off the pedal.
these old fucking films about all kinds of shit.
Oh, you're in hell.
Ah,
You're in hell.
it's terrible. Oh yeah.
I guess for 4 points, though, that's a lot of points to lose. Man. That's a good
Yeah.
amount of points to get taken off.
It is, and I need it because
You're an ass.
I'm an ass.
Let me go to Ohio. Charlie.
Charlie.
He's going to explain why they changed the speeding tickets to parking tickets.
All right.
That's
It's actually Long Island, guys. I'm in Nassau County, just like my good friend Mr. Cooper.
Welcome aboard, Charlie.
Yes.
Or as Opie says, NASA County.
Yes, Nassau County, home of the astronauts.
Even after I acknowledge that, they're still beating the shit out of me. Doesn't matter. You acknowledged it. You got a lot of words wrong. I'm keeping track.
Okay.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Good.
Go ahead, buddy.
Any moving violations, speeding, red light, etc., those are state laws, which means they have state surcharges and the state gets the money. No parking is a local ordinance, village, county, town, etc. That means that the local ordinance that pays that judge, they get to keep the money. They don't have to kick any of the money up to the state.
Oh, okay.
There's a real answer.
That makes sense.
There's a
certainly
real
does.
answer. Thanks, Charlie.
You got it.
I appreciate it.
We
All
thought
right.
you were a complete idiot before you talked. And
I
we
know.
were wrong. Thank you, Charlie.
Well, all we have to do is take another phone call,
Yes,
and that
and-
guy will say that guy was wrong.
Yeah.
Guy's an idiot. Oh, we love you people. Trust us.
No, man. I think we confuse people. Most of the people are cool as shit on Twitter and everywhere else.
Yeah.
They should get the attention, not the fucking people that despise either individuals on the show or the whole show.
Spiced.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, so Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing one of those. Improv? What? By improv?
I'm telling you, it's the same people.
It's got to be the same fucking
God,
thing.
improv. That's right. The comedy clubs are sponsoring
New York
those.
defensive driving. New York's defensive
But this
driving.
one,
But did they tell you where to go, or
No,
you get
just-
to pick it?
Keith told me about it.
All right,
He's
maybe
like,
you
"Oh,
did pick
just,
the wrong place.
You just go online, you fucking put in New York State points reduction, and you do that.
And how many points are you going to get back?
4,
So you'll be down to what?
7.
Oh my God!
Which will be 1 point less than I had before I got the Speedo. And I think 18 months, I'm coming up on 18 months of that first speeding ticket.
So that might be dropped.
The points will be dropped after 18 months.
How bad is your insurance on that fucking car? That's gotta be a lot, right?
Fucking looks. It's auto paid.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's tied into my homeowners and umbrella policy and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know what I don't know what I pay for car insurance.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm sure it's a lot.
I have no idea.
How many points do you lose after 18 months?
You lose whatever. Oh, I lose 6, 7, 8 points.
Wow.
You lose that many points after 18 months?
Yep.
So fuck the online shit. Wait it out.
I need it now.
Wait it out.
They'll suspend my license. 11 is a suspension.
Yeah.
You go back to that judge, he'll take care of you.
Maybe. Old Joachim.
He's in your town, too?
Joachim. Well, no, I was in Old Westbury.
There were no prostitution cases or anything in night court?
It was all just traffic.
That's got to be boring.
There was one guy. Oh, yeah. This other guy is Japanese, right? And he walks up with another Japanese guy because he didn't speak English. And the guy's like, how long have you been here? And he's like, 10 years. 10 years? And you don't talk English? I'm like, holy fuck, this guy is just old school, old guy.
And he's right.
He didn't care.
You're not allowed to say that anymore. You're just not allowed to.
But he does. And then he's talking.
You're going to report that guy.
He's talking to another guy who came in. He goes, so what do you do for... I like he baited these people. He goes, what do you do for a living? And the guy's like, well, I'm laid off, but I was working in the fashion industry. And the guy goes, oh, fashion. He goes, is that where you learned how to dress? And the guy's like, excuse me? He goes, dress, you're wearing a T-shirt in court.
Nice.
And he's like, oh, boy. He starts looking around. And he's like, he goes, the judge goes, look around. Do you see anybody else that came to court in a T-shirt?
Nice.
And then the guy goes, yeah, I see a couple of people.
Oh,
and the judge goes, you want to point them out? And then he starts pointing at people. I'm fucking roaring. He's like, fucking, he goes, that's not a T-shirt. He's wearing like a polo shirt with a collar, short sleeves, but it's like,
as long as it's got a collar, usually.
And then he tried to say, well, this is a V-neck because it's a T-shirt. So then he actually really got on this guy. He had a lot of traffic tickets and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're 30. He goes, you're 30 years old. Because when are you going to get some responsibility? He goes, he goes, World War II. He goes, young people were out there fighting Japanese and Germans at 20 years old, 18 years old. He goes, you're 30. Oh, it was great.
Nice.
He was dressing down everybody.
He's beyond caring about somebody being upset. He's in his 80s.
That's great to be in that spot, right?
Shit.
That's great.
Yes. I remember him in his office. The one thing I remember about his office.
Yeah.
I walked in there and his
clowns?
son. His
Lots
son,
of clowns?
No, he
clowns.
wasn't clown guy.
Okay.
His son was there too, and his son was a little older than I was, and his son was perusing through his father's collection of Playboy magazines in the office.
That's right.
It's old.
That's what I do.
Joachim there had fucking some Playboys in his office.
Nice.
And I was like, oh man.
Joachim?
Joachim.
Get it?
Joachim.
Get it?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Japs,
Yeah.
with the government shutdown, the World War II memorial is getting a lot of heat.
Oh yeah.
And you had the old guys just taking down the barricades and saying, "Fuck this! You can't close this shit."
It's outdoors.
Yeah, because I guess I didn't even know this. There's there's a charity that flies these guys in to see the memorial. So and it's in a lot of cases the only time these guys are going to see the memorial because they're at the end of their lives. So they were interviewing a whole bunch of vets yesterday, and one guy right on CNN, and I was like, this is how it used to be. He was talking about how they had to, fight the Japs and hold the Japs back. And you could see the reporter just sitting there like, oh, fuck, I don't know if this is going to fly, but I can't tell this old man that
they get away with
he can't say Japs anymore.
World War II vets have carte blanche about talking about the Japanese
Absolutely,
and Germans.
I mean, so.
And people put it in context, and they're like, well, they were trying to kill this motherfucker.
It's a guy in a wheelchair. He goes, the Japs. And I'm like, wow. It just sounds so weird when you do hear it now on the news.
Well, at first I was over there fighting the Jerrys.
Right.
Yeah, the lousy Huns. And then I went over and killed me some nips. Like, wow, dude. And the reporter, well, yes, you heard him kill the nips. Right. Back to you in the studio.
Right. Wants to know why you don't pay one of the interns to do it. I don't know what that means.
I could take the test.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Give him a quick 100 or something.
Yeah, just make him sit there and take it for you. Although the interns we get, I wouldn't trust any of them to put my fucking...
I don't even know their names yet.
Well.
Anyone know their names?
I mean, I do, but...
I know the one guy who looked like the Scream mask. I forget his name. He's a good dude.
The Scream.
The one guy with the fucking giant Mac Tonight head. He's a good boy. I've chatted with him briefly. The other guy lurks around. I don't know his name.
It's insanity coming
Where's
off of
the girl?
last semester. Who, Nikki?
Still here? Yeah, she's
here.
I like her. She's really nice.
Yeah. We
Great.
Obviously, we can't be bothered with interns. That's silly. That's stupid.
She's a lot more professional than the previous female interns.
Well, we haven't talked to her a lot.
Sydney
She's
and
just shy.
Sydney and Jake.
We'll eventually get to them, maybe.
I don't think...
She doesn't like being on air or something.
Well, she's, polite about it. I'm surprised Jackie's not running here from Buffalo, wherever she is when we
Rochester. We all know where she is.
And then she just plops in the chair and starts fucking
Hi,
yapping.
guys. Yeah, she would just come in, pull up a chair, relax. We were all like, all right.
When is she going to visit us? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
She was gonna. She talked about podcasting. I was talking to her one time. She was talking about podcasting.
Everyone's talking about podcasting,
but she's actually someone I think should do it.
I think my cleaning lady's podcasting at this point,
and I don't know if she's going to or not. But I think it'll be an interesting tie-in if she started. But I don't know if she started or not. I do still stand by my statement.
Jimmy saw Gravity.
Yeah,
I saw Gravity. You got to see it at the IMAX, though, huh? I saw it in just regular 3D.
Oh, IMAX 3D.
I'm kind of jealous because, I mean, that movie obviously was made for IMAX 3D.
Although when we got there, of course, the top section was reserved seating, and but we still got good seats because Roland Hotel has a couple of good seats.
But I think in the IMAX, it almost doesn't matter where you sit. You're just used to getting that really cool seat in the theater. But even if you're way down or way off to the side, the whole fucking thing's right in front of your face.
Yeah.
That's just how the technology goes nowadays.
It was, it's what, when I looked at, after the movie, I'm like, this is what Hollywood does best. It was visually, it's a masterpiece visually.
Absolutely.
And I thought that, I thought George Clooney was great, and I thought she was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I don't really like her in movies, but she was really good.
Yeah.
The
Sandra
girl from
Bullock,
the bus.
obviously.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She's going to get nominated. Whether she wins or not, I don't know.
You think?
Absolutely. There's so much of her in here. And it's a real role. It's not like just a fluff role. That like it's really well acted. Really well acted. Yeah. Like it's not just her with a bunch of action. There was silence in the movie at moments that I was surprised at and I liked. Like where they just show you the vastness and the emptiness of space by being quiet. And then you're like, oh my fucking God, you're alone up there, man.
Oh man. Creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way that they move around, they show him and her that they're moving in space, and they show you it looks so hard to do.
I didn't realize how violent it was to move around in space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
They bump into things pretty hard when they get that momentum going.
Yeah.
You forget you can't slow down. Like,
I know, but
nothing you do will slow you down.
you just feel like you could just kind of like
you can't
attach yourself nicely.
You can't swim.
No,
that'd be funny.
There's
Try
a
to
lot of
swim.
just horrendous bumping going on.
Well, there's no air to push it. I mean, you know that, but of course,
yeah, sure.
Wow.
You liked it, huh?
Loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. I really liked it a lot.
Be very good. It's probably going to do very, very well.
It was only an hour and a half. If they didn't overdo it, make it 220.
There's not 1 minute in the film that's wasted.
No.
Ooh.
The movie goes by so fast.
I actually wished it was a little longer. Like, I would love another 10, 15 minutes of it. I really, and I'm not going to give anything away. I'm going to say there's a couple of moments where I thought they were going to do something that was really going to annoy me. And then I realized they're not going in that direction, and and it made me love the movie more. Like, fuck, they did not fall into this cliche. I thought it was great.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, but try to see that on IMAX, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure in a regular theater it's still good though. I mean,
Without 3D?
did you see it with or without 3D?
I saw 3D.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'll be on screens without the 3D. I don't know, man.
Still be cool.
It'll still be cool, but, just watching a regular movie in a theater nowadays, it looks so dated to me.
It's amazing how it took so long for 3D to take off, and then they finally,
using it properly, right?
Yeah.
There's a moment before.
But they got to just upgrade their shit in the regular theaters.
Because everybody knows
I guess it's way too expensive, or they would have done it by now.
Everybody knows something hits the we all saw the trailer. Everybody knows that they get thrown around.
Spoiler!
Yeah, everyone's seen that trailer.
Yeah.
But the moment when she's sitting there fixing something, you remember when she's close to the screen, and it's an amazing 3D. Like, you're literally just sitting there with Sandra Bullock in a fucking space helmet. It's so weird and so personal.
So cool how they
because it feels like, and she's not even doing anything. She's just repairing something, and you're like, this is fucking amazing how good this looks.
That opening scene before, all hell breaks loose. We're not giving anything away because it's the whole movie.
Sure.
Was just amazing to watch. It was about 10 minutes maybe?
Yeah, it's great.
And the opening shot, did you love that?
Beautiful.
We explained it on the show, I guess Monday, but you're looking at Earth from I don't know, from space, because
from just beyond
where the characters were, I guess. And then all of a sudden, you just start noticing in the corner a little tiny little fucking movement that turns into a dot, and slowly, they took their time too, becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and you realize, holy fuck, that's the space shuttle in orbit. Wow, and then as it gets even closer and closer, now you see George Clooney doing an untethered spacewalk.
Wow.
But just how they took their time with that shot to open the movie was just brilliant.
Yeah, it almost had a 2001, no, I'm not going to say it was not that slow at all, but it was one of those things where they really do.
I don't mean slow in a bad way.
Right.
They took their time, I should say.
But I'm saying I like that they did that. I liked it. 2001 was slow.
But it shows how ridiculously vast it is up there. Because when you're seeing Earth from the space shuttle or something, that's the perspective. You're like, oh, okay, but you don't realize that's just a dot among many, many billions of dots.
The camera work was, but when they show them repairing something, you're floating with them, and the camera will go say she or he are saying they're doing something, and the camera floats under, and then you can see the just pitch black with all the dots of the stars, and then it will come back around, and then you're looking down at the Earth spinning below, and you see it looks like news footage. This is what the astronauts see, and it's fucking. Holy shit.
And you didn't get nauseous, right?
I did not get nauseous, but I could see how you would.
But I'm thinking to myself, how did they pull that off? Because most people will not get nauseous. Unlike the stupid Cloverfield, which we reference a lot on this show.
Because the camera was steady, maybe. Maybe
I don't
the camera
know.
wasn't moving the way it was.
I was surprised I didn't get a little nauseous because there's a lot of spinning going on. The movie's going to do amazing numbers.
Yeah, what a blockbuster, man. It's better than any of the other movies. I wonder if that's why they didn't release it over the summer, because of what was coming out. Maybe they were smart to wait, because I think it's better than any of those movies. Like Oblivion I saw, which was good. Another isolation movie, It's that's what the big thing is now, isolation movies. Because we're also tied in with each other, and we're also tech savvy and fucking this. These big blockbusters are about us now just being alone.
Oh, no one likes that.
But that's what I thought of last night watching this, because the Jaden Will Smith movie about just fucking cruising Oblivion, it's very minimal cast in some of these big films.
Very good observation, Mr. Norden.
Yeah, but I loved it, man. I loved it. I was so happy that I loved it. It was different than I thought it would be, but I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be some hacky dumb movie.
No, yeah,
when
me
you
too.
first saw that first, trailer or whatever, oh God, what could they possibly do with this? But they figured it out.
And they could have cheese-dicked it up, and they could have, and they didn't. There were certain things they could have done, which I was so expecting, and I was so happy that they didn't do.
I'm glad they kept it to an hour and a half. That's pretty good.
I actually wanted a little bit more. I mean, that's how much I liked it.
Greedy.
Yeah,
it was great. When does it come out?
I want to say Friday.
Oh, it is?
I'll definitely go see it again. Without a doubt.
I got to see it in IMAX 3D now.
Friday.
Yeah, dude, it's worth it to see it there.
Friday. Happy birthday, Al Sharpton.
Thank you. Oh.
Oh,
59.
good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. The Reverend Al. Good for him. He's there on MSNBC.
Where he belongs.
The government shutdown, huh? What are we up to, day 3-ish?
With no end in sight. Do we have no end in sight?
That
Is there
big
an end in
meeting at
sight?
the White House yesterday is the headline. And
How'd that work?
Obama said, look, I'm not negotiating whatsoever. And then Boehner had to go, he's not going to negotiate, huh?
Yeah, I think.
Whatever. It's going to start getting ugly, though.
Yeah.
Because this will go into next week now, right?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen.
Look, I say to Congress, stick to your guns. You've wanted this for many, many years, a complete separation of the parties. You feel one way, they feel the other. Play it out. Let's see if you have balls. But as soon as they start realizing that their careers are in jeopardy, watch how all these fuckers start caving in.
Well, that's what they're going to do. They're
not going to cave in because of the American people. They're going to start realizing, wait a minute, this is going to hurt me personally. And you watch, that's when all this shit gets worked out.
They're posturing for the next election. Right. Is what they're doing. So,
but
they
have
don't
the
know how
balls
to,
to
get
play it out. A lot of you guys are going to be fucked over it, but let's go. This is what you wanted.
They just don't know how to get out of this at this point. Like the Republicans, I think they realize that their little bid to defund Obamacare failed. And that was the whole thing for this. Obamacare is implemented, it's in place, it's funded, it's whatever it is at this point. I think they thought maybe they'd get a little more fear into the people and the Democrats. It didn't work. So perhaps they got to start thinking of an exit strategy for this situation. Right. Democrats, on the other hand, they can make the Republicans look really bad during this whole thing.
Right.
And when you got the elections coming up, the midterm elections, you got to really start thinking about, what you're going to look like, what the ads are going to say, Even
though it was never supposed to be about that.
No, of course not.
As soon as these guys realize, fuck, I might not get reelected, they're all going to start caving.
They should have one-termers so they can't fight for their goddamn stupid jobs, and they have to fight for the country. And
you know what? Yeah. Can we continue talking about this? But let's just open a window and talk out a window.
Oh yeah,
because nothing changes.
Nothing.
We all know there's major issues down there in Washington, but nothing will ever be fucking changed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Bunch of fucking pricks.
Yeah, they really are disgusting. And they know how to get out of it. They just don't know how to get out of it and save face.
That's all
they care about.
Yeah, that's what they're waiting for. Because they got to save their own asses now.
And you can blame the Republicans, but then again, you got to look and say, well, they're doing what their constituency wants. I mean, a lot of people on the right and a lot of people that are Republicans don't like the idea of this Obamacare. It's very expensive. Him and the administration lied. They blatantly lied about what this is and what it's going to cost. And the Republicans are like, no, we're doing what our people kind of want. So you can't blame them on that front. But it's gotten way out of hand. No one's doing anything. It's
just a two-party. I told you when I met Ron Paul briefly here, I want to interview him so bad. I'm like, when are we going to get out of this? He had time for one question. I'm like, when do you think we're going to get out of this two-party system that we're stuck in? And cause I'm like, what else do you ask him? And he goes, well, you mean we have to get a second party because the other two is the same one.
Same one. Oh,
I'm like, yeah, I guess he's right.
Wow.
They really are the same fucking person on both sides. There's no difference. No difference. It's terrible.
I hate it. A lot of guys are out of work, though, man.
And the government, a lot of people. Don't the politicians still get their health care? Like, while this whole thing's going on, they're still taken care of.
They get paid.
They're getting paid through this whole thing.
They have their own health care, which they're exempt from the Obamacare thing.
Why?
Because they can make up whatever fucking rules they want. And any American that looks at that and doesn't see that there's a fucking problem is blind and stupid.
They should live like the average American. Then they would understand what people are going through.
That's how they're supposed to represent.
Of course.
Is by being a citizen.
Right.
Whatever. It's cray.
It's cray.
Yes, they are exempt. Shut up. Congress isn't exempt from Obamacare. Yes, they are. Shut up.
Yes, they are. Shut up.
Yes, they are. Shut up.
Well, there goes that.
So, that I'll get to. But So a bunch of people are going up, and now I have to deal with, you got to go in the back with the prosecuting attorney who goes with everybody, and you know, you knock shit down, you make a deal, you do something. So I went in the back there, and she goes, well, did you fix the license plate? I'm like, yeah. She goes, you got proof? I go, yeah, but I don't have the proof. It's in the shop. So some line of shit. She goes, okay, well, you're going to get it fixed, right? I'm like, yes, of course. And she goes, the speeding thing. She goes, I see you have another speeding ticket here on your record. And she goes, all right, look, we'll take it and we'll put it down to a illegal lane change for 3 points instead of speedo for 6 points.
I got to interrupt.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that.
I know.
I don't understand how they could just do that.
Dude,
and I'm happy they did because it works in your favor, but
yeah.
That's just like nonsense.
They were doing shit last night.
It's like you didn't make an illegal fucking lane change.
I know.
You were speeding.
The judge was doing this last night, all fucking night.
Right.
He's going, so you spoke with the prosecutor, and she has informed me that you are withdrawing. You're not. I was working on my computer last night because I'm taking a 6-hour driving safety course online to reduce my points by 4.
I took that.
You did?
Yeah, I had to.
You took it, Sam Roberts?
Yes, I did.
Wait, what are you talking about? You have that many points?
Well, as of last night, I went to night court last night in Old Westbury.
Was the bald guy there?
No, Bull wasn't there, or the comedian guy that does magic.
What the fuck? Did he take the night off?
I guess Bull took the night off.
That's too bad.
I was there for my ticket I got in the Mustang.
Which one?
Well, this one was the one on Old Country Road when I decided to do a 75 and a 45.
Ouch.
You're speeding.
I had just turned off the Parkway.
Right.
And it was probably maybe 10 o'clock at night. I made the left onto Glen Cove Road, and it's completely straight. And I'm just like, I just want to open this thing up, get the fucking supercharger whining, going through the gears, and guilty plea on the charge of illegal lane change for somebody that did do an illegal lane change. Illegal lane change in lieu of pleading guilty on a charge of no parking. And they're like, yes, Your Honor. They're like, yes, sir. He goes, okay, $85 with a $25 surcharge.
Instead of points and...
All night long, it was no parking, no parking, no
parking. But why can't they say, you were speeding, but we have decided...
Right.
Well, then you don't get the points.
I know, but
we're not going to give you points. Why not
make it something
but
where
at least
it's
have the
not...
at least have the charge in the book that you actually did, but then somehow have a workaround where, okay, we acknowledge you did this, but we have decided to do this.
It's the biggest scam ever.
It's unbelievable.
They just
You didn't make an illegal lane change.
No, I didn't. I was speeding.
It's nuts.
It was a 6-point speedo.
Right.
And but I got off on a 3-point illegal lane change,
which you did not do,
which I didn't do, but it put me to the big 11 points on my license. 11.
Really nice cars, and they don't want that front license plate, so
fuck that shit.
They know they could just collect money all day long.
Well, so
fucking assholes! Enough already.
Yeah.
How much money do you need from us?
So I have this court appearance. And apparently, they do night court. It starts at 7 at night. Yeah. So I go there, and oh boy. The collection of degenerates in a courtroom at any given moment.
Kind of jealous.
A little, no offense there, Mars, but wow, a lot of your peeps. A lot of your peeps that drive around with no fucking license, apparently, because that was like the charge of the fucking night. A bunch of people that came up with someone else because they don't speak, and they have to translate. One guy comes up and he's like, no English, and his friend goes, I'm here to help him. And the judge is like, we'll see if you need help, if he needs any of your help. Ustedes, and he starts like speaking this really, the judge was about 80 years old.
80 years old?
He was very old, and there's a story to him. Then I go to make the turn to go into my little neighborhood, and I just see lights fucking like reflecting off the trees. I don't see him behind me yet, but I know he's coming.
So that's when you got to keep going.
I should have ran because I could have just gone like really fast and then got into my garage. Like I could have and shut the garage door and fucking game over.
He would have known where you were.
Go to Pay and Spray. Pay and
Spray takes care of that shit.
And it doesn't matter if he knows where I am. It wasn't me driving.
That's right.
I don't know. Someone had my car.
That's right.
I left it out back yesterday, and when we woke up, it was gone.
And then they go, oh, really? And, open the garage. And then, of course, you open the garage, and your car is a different color. And they're like, oh, fuck.
And
all right,
like,
looking for a blue
you
car.
see the stars go down.
Right.
It's fucking so satisfying.
But they stay around just a little bit, all confused. And
They
they're
walk
like,
around a
they take
little,
off.
and then they leave. Sure. Yeah, so I got that ticket, and a ticket for no front license plate, which, by the way, I'm not putting a fucking front license plate on my Mustang.
Well, it's just another scam
It's
that they came up with. Because they know a lot of guys have